gentlemen. I may have had a nice sleep this morning. But we are here now. Ah, how are you all going? It's been a little while. What's on the left? Oh, that's my wet palette. You doing good? Jelly joined the VC? Nah, I'm not gonna be joining the VC, buddy. I'm a little bit sleepy. But yeah, I am. So I didn't end up having any food that was gonna be easily preparable in 15 minutes. So I might order some macas a bit further into the stream if I get hungry. But we'll see how we go. Also, sorry Noah, could you chill on the spam a little bit, brother? You're burying everyone else's messages. Apparently the new when giveaways now joined VC. I see. Hey Twisted, how you going, mate? Hey Medic, sorry I didn't even I read what you said, Medic, but then I didn't register it because Noah sent like 10 messages. Righto, how have you all been keeping? Hello, Reese. Alright. Yeah, been a little while. It's been very, very busy at work on my end. With like all the cyclone prepping that people did, they completely, absolutely scoured our store for so many things. Good when we're going to play Warhammer. Well, we'll see. It'll take a little bit to get there. 1k points of knights will probably be when we start. Been doing good, gradually collecting Necron cards for Magic. There are Necron cards for Magic? On your way back from the gym, phone's about to know. Righto. Well, I guess I would take care on the way back, Sunju, and I guess we'll talk when you get home. So where do you work? What's it called? I'm not doing that, Noah. There's already been enough information about, like, I've probably already shared enough personal information here that if a stalker really wanted to, they could figure it out. Trying to remember what we were up to on this guy, because I know that last time we were essentially just trying to finish up yeah, I don't even remember how far I'd gotten on this. It's been that long. I know that I want the this little section on the front of the visor. I was going to do that in white. Man. Other than that, I think it's weathering some stuff. And then basing. I think that's where we're at. Evil smile. Yeah, Reese has the power to dox me at a moment's notice. You give it an hour, you could probably pinpoint it by the mile. Yeah, probably. I mean, it's not hard to, like, to be within a mile radius, like, of anything in Brisbane is probably not too hard. You just click along the river and you'll probably get it eventually. I hate being weak again. You got the leg wobbles? Okay. Where were we up to? Okay, I think. Oh. Okay. Yep, I'm seeing it now. I'm remembering where we're at. So, the gun on this hand needs to be done. So the little gun on the bottom and the top, those guns need to be done. The top mount guns need to be done. Little visor there needs to be done. And then it'll be battle damage and weathering. So I'll come through, I'll freehand some little scratches all over him. And we will be chilling. Righto. So. You can use cell towers to pinpoint a location. True, but generally for that you do need access to the cell towers logs. I don't think just anybody is able to like check to see which towers people are connecting to. But what colors have we used here? That looks like Runelord Brass, that looks like Lead Belcher, that looks like our Hashut Copper. Lives in Australia. Yeah, Australia is notoriously a very small area. You only really need to know the country, really, and you can find me in an instant. Okay. So, think the way we're gonna do this. Track the cell towers by the buzzers they emit, but usually it's very difficult. Right, is that so? I've never heard that. Quite a crazy way to do it. Yeah, I think maybe this brush might be a bit large for what we want to do here. But I am thinking that we will do... brass... brass, silver, gold, or copper, copper. Brass... silver, copper, copper. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Actually, I'm already getting a little bit hungry, so before I start measuring out a little bit of our paint, I am going to place that Macca's order. I was hoping I'd get a little bit further in, but I am hungry. Did a little painting today, but fighting motivation lately has sucked. Yeah, it can be hard. Like, I'd say a big one is just when you haven't painted for a while, it is a bitch to try to get back into the swing of it. Like, that was a big one for me last night especially. I was like, yes, I finally have a day off tomorrow. I can paint. And then it was like, going up to like like, just as I was gearing up to go to sleep, it was like, I was looking at I was essentially looking at my YouTube studio going, okay, I just need to schedule the stream, make the post, go to sleep. And I was like, I don't know, like I was just sitting there looking at the place, the thing where I scheduled the streams, and I was like, I could schedule the stream, I could paint tomorrow. Oh shit. Did that just... Okay, I don't think that came through. I think it was out of focus. Let's hope so. 1 sec. Okay, that, I really hope that was not in focus. Also, is it... Okay, also, is everyone getting 480p as their highest video quality? Because that's all that I'm getting on my thing. It should be 1080p. Oh, sorry, 1080p. But yeah, because I just realized that, that fucking, DoorDash puts your address right at the top of the screen. I accidentally flashed my phone onto the screen there. You can choose 1080? Okay, it's just my little preview that's shit. Okay, there's Macca's. Maybe what I'll do, just so that this isn't super awkward here. This way at least I can do it in a more comfortable position. Alright, we are doing our classic 20,000 hash brown order. Where is the fucking breakfast menu? Surely they haven't already closed off their breakfast orders. Most ordered. What? No shot. It's not even 11 AM. What the fuck? Come on. What a scam. Some stores do 10 AM. That is crazy. Okay, I don't think there's anything here to dox me. So I'm just going to put this back in focus so you guys can see some incredible Australian culture right here. You guys see that one in the middle? Look at that beautiful shit right there. This is what we call Australian culture. Beautiful. It's 11 AM for you, it's almost 9 PM for you. Oh wait, it's 11 AM for me, it's almost 9 PM for you. But you're in the right time zone. Look, I'm telling you, I'm in the right time zone. We don't do daylight savings here. It's the best time zone. The clock never changes. It's always the same time. That's just the right way to go. Okay, so I can order hash browns. You've tried the Vegemite shaker fries, they're not bad. I see. Okay. What do we do? Do we just order like 600 hash browns, or do we go and just get like a burrito from somewhere else? Hang on. I need to check the place where I get my burritos, see if they're doing the real burritos yet, or if they're still on their breakfast menu. Okay, they are they're doing the real ones, but it's not cheap to go there. Fuck. Sounds like a crime against food. Wash your mouth out, Twisted. Vegemite is a beautiful substance. McDonald's is barely food. McDonald's is barely food, but the hash browns make it all worth it. Yeah, I really don't want to get a Macca's burger. Hang on. Okay. Never mind. I'm looking at the pricing on this shit. And at this point, if I were to order a Macca's meal, I may as well just get a burrito from Guzman y Gomez. Like, being fully honest, it is just... Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna order real food. This is my tax for sleeping in, is I have to spend money on good food now. You'll take a Foster's, thanks, but you can keep the Vegemite. No, Foster's is fucking disgusting. I'm telling you, Twisted, we don't even drink Foster's in Australia. Like, you cannot find it on the shelf. It is that bad. We send you the shit that we don't want to drink. What the fuck was that burrito name? Oh, no. That's the name of the shop, Guzman y Gomez. That's the place that does the burritos. They are an Australian Mexican chain, and they are really, really, really fucking good. Australia's best beer brewed in the USA. Wait, is Foster's brewed in the USA? That's how much you hate Vegemite, Twisted. You just... Look, you're missing out, mate. You just don't understand. I'm sorry, like, I love you, mate, but there are some... Like, this is something I'm going to die on this hill. Every Aussie you know hated Foster's. Yeah, that's because it's... that's because that's the correct stance. Okay. Alright, we should be seeing our brekkie in the next 20 minutes or so. So let's get to painting, gamers. Oh yeah. Alright, sorry about that. Little detour there. Just gonna knock down this this coffee before it goes cold. It's brewed in the UK under Heineken and in the US under Sab Miller. Had it a few times, just could never get to like it. Oh, you agree about Foster's, it's piss. Look, so the thing with Vegemite, okay, I was gonna say there's a trick to Vegemite. There isn't. Just eat the just enjoy that shit. It's so salty. It's so wonderful. I have that. I have that shit on pancakes. It's that good. It is soul food. But of course the classic is just Vegemite toast. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say. It's just good shit. Okay. We have consumed the coffee before it's gone cold. Is the burrito place just Aussie Chipotle? I don't know. As we do not have Chipotle, or if we do, I've never been to it. I can't say. But Guzman y Gomez is fucking fire. Like, actually so good. I know that Reese is going to disagree with me. He's a Zambrero aficionado. I've never eaten there, so I can't comment on that. Or Zambrero, or however it's called. Whatever it's called. Man. Did I just say however it's called? That's like... Is that like ESL phrasing? I feel like that's ESL phrasing for how you'd say that. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. Guzman y Gomez is really good. I live and die by the burrito. Okay, I'll need to adjust my chair height a little bit. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned this last time I was streaming, but I was having issues with getting all my computer parts. They finally started delivering them out. We are making good progress on on acquiring the parts. So all that's left to receive now is going to be my GPU, my storage, and my RAM. And then I'll just need to assemble all that shit. I'll probably also need to get a new keyboard because I'm planning on keeping both PCs as standalone things. I'll just move my current one to my other painting setup, and then try to daisy chain the PCs together or something. But yeah, then we will be able to hopefully stream some other things. Like if nerds are interested, then I might stream things like Monster Hunter in other different streaming slots than what we currently paint in. So we'll keep the 10 a.m. painting streams, but then maybe much later in the day, I might do some games or stuff like that. Who knows? We'll see. Still yet to finish your Termagants. Haven't painted at all this week, so I've still stuff to get the weapons painted. Yeah, no, that's all good, mate. I can't fault you for not painting this week. Shit comes up. Last time you had Zembos, it smelled like it's not the same going in and coming out. That's fucked up. You're alive. I'm alive, Smith. Oh, speaking of being alive, who in the US is about to deal with that fucked up hurricane on the West Coast? Like, is that happening, or is it just has it stalled on the has it stalled on the coast? You've got a new computer bound this time, or bound sometime this year. I managed to get a Butte of a case for a great price recently. Nice. Yeah, the case that I got is fucking made of fans, so hopefully I won't have overheating issues. Because right now, my current PC, it gets like it does not ventilate. It ventilates pretty well, but it gets to the point where the CPU fan has to go into fucking overdrive to keep this thing from catching fire. And so it just sounds like a jet engine. It's kind of just chilling outside the sound right now. Right. Okay, hang on. What geological feature is a sound, actually? Is it like a... Is it a... what do you call it? Like a glacial valley? Is that what it is? I feel like I've looked this up before. Is it a glacial valley? What's the case? You got a case that can take front and side fans because it looks cool. Also got a big one, so you'll never have problems fitting in new GPUs since they're massive now. Yeah, the current case that I have is it's a Corsair graphite something. I don't know. It's the orange Corsair one, and the new one that I've got. I forgot the exact model. It's like a Montec 95 or something. It's fucking huge, and it is made of fans. It's got fans on the top, it's got fans on the bottom, it's got ventilation on the sides. It has additional things you can stick to it, and it's quite large. It's a narrow inlet of water that connects an island to the mainland. Right, okay. Just a large bay? Right. You remember fish tank case? Yeah, it's a fish tank, and I love it. She is a beauty. else buy an AIO because I don't want a heatsink covering up everything in the PC. What's an AIO? I feel like I am pretty good when it comes to like PC parts and stuff, but what is an AIO? Getting outdone by all these youngins. Water cooler. Okay, I've never heard of a water cooler referred to as an AIO, all-in-one liquid cooler. I see. Okay. Yeah. To be fair, I've also never done water cooling until now. I've got a water cooler now. Cyclone was supposed to touch down today.
Actually, it's called a hurricane in the northern hemisphere because it spins the other way.
It was like a closed loop pre-built, like those that come attached to video cards. I see. I think the cooler that I got must be an all-in-one in that case, because it's it looks like it does both the CPU and the GPU. Whereas I assumed that liquid cooling would generally only be for the CPU. It's as easy to install liquid cooler. Only real bad thing is if you get air in your pump, it makes it makes a loud noise and it's hard or next to impossible to fix. Right. Yeah, since I've never done liquid cooling before, I'm a little nervous about setting it up, but we'll see how it goes. Who knows? Maybe I'll stream building the PC. I don't know where I'd do it though, because my desk isn't exactly big enough to set up the the unassembled PC. Also, I feel like that would be an incredibly embarrassing experience because I always fucking struggle when it comes to doing all the tiny little cable connections for the like the PC lights and all that sort of thing. I'm fucking horrible at that. I can never find them on the motherboard. I always get it wrong. Like, it took me so long to get the power button light working properly on my current case. Custom loops, you can even liquid cool your RAM and SSD, the most overkill shit ever though. Why would you ever need to like cool your SSD? What are you doing to make your SSD need liquid cooling? That shit is not working that hard. Warp Spider X-Arc's arm has vanished. You're gonna base your spiders, but your brother still is your basing stuff, and it's and has been down in 2 months. Rip. You just go out into the garden and grab some rocks. The classic basing materials. Some sticks, some rocks, and a dream. You do snow. Just go out into the garden, grab some snow. Grab some dirt, paint it white. You're chilling. What processor did I cop again? You're eyeing a 9700X. Don't see the value in paying an extra 200, 300 pounds for the extra gaming performance for the X3D stuff. I'm pretty sure I got the X3D because I don't know. I just want to not have to worry about my CPU ever again. Hang on. It's actually a couple of meters behind me. I will go and grab it to double check which one it is. I just want to. I'll just finish this little section I'm doing here. Yeah, really sad that I still couldn't find still couldn't get my hands on a video card with 24 gig of VRAM. I was really hoping that the 50 series would at least have 24 gig VRAM. They don't. I don't know why. Bit of a shit, but it is what it is, I guess. Worst comes to worst, I can always get a second card and run it in parallel. That won't be cheap though. Okay, yeah, I'll quickly go and check to see which CPU I got. One sec. And I'll also check to see how far away my food is. To be fair, 12 gig and up is more than enough for 1440p. No, 4K though, you can see my worry. Yeah, no, I'm going for 1440p, but it's more just the thing of since I stream, I'd need to essentially render everything twice because I'm rendering it and then I'm rendering it again through OBS so that I can send it out. So it gets a bit more dicey. Yeah, looks like my food is about 5 to 10 minutes out. But yeah, I'll go quickly check to see what CPU I got. Should be just over here. Oh, look at this beauty. Oh, it's a huge bitch. Look at that fucking beauty. It's the Ryzen 9 7950X3D. Hang on. That one. Could keep the old PC as a stream PC. Yeah, I mean, I will probably, like, the way I'm probably going to go about it is I'll probably daisy chain them together. My painting setups are in different rooms, so I'd need to, so it'd be running through the LAN and the walls, but, can probably get it all set up. 7,000? No, that's a 9,000. Oh no, that's 7,000 series, you're right, yep. $39.50, 39.50, damn, yeah, no, rich fuck, not anymore, Sunju, not anymore. Trust me. Look, I was looking at this and I was like, okay, I want to have a PC that I will not need to upgrade for a very long time. What can I do like that's gonna cost me in the short term but will just let me chill for as long as possible? And that was the conclusion I came to. Yeah, because at the moment, I'm running the Ryzen 5 5700X. I think that's what it is. Maybe it's 5800X, which is good. It's a solid CPU, but it is showing its age now, and it is the failing point of my current system. And it's just like, I just need something solid, something fucking insane. £700 processor. If the GPU market wasn't scuffed, you'd easily be able to get a 5080. Yeah, no, but I reckon I am happy to spend a large amount of money on a CPU. Like, if I'm gonna spend a lot of money on a computer part, it's the CPU and the GPU. And I feel like everyone focuses on the GPU as like the big point to focus on, but I feel like the CPU is as important, if not probably more important, because it's still responsible for so many things, not even in gaming, but even in gaming. Like, when you've got like, there's just so many things where people are like, I've got a fucking a 4090, and why is Dragon's Dogma still fucking dying? And it's like, brother, that's because it's a GPU, or it's a CPU intensive game. It's got like 6,000 NPCs. CPU is important for tasks and high frame rates. Yeah, like I reckon like I am more than happy to spend a large amount of money on a CPU. Because that is going to be because I can always, like, a GPU I will be replacing as time goes on, probably. But a CPU I want to keep for as long as possible, you know? Like, that shit's going to be there for a while. May as well have a good one. One sec, I'm just gonna have another look, see how close my my grub is. Ooh. You're torn between the 9700X or the 9900X, depends if there's any offers on when you go to buy. Me a crab gooned in this rag. What is going on? Did I miss something? What happened? £90 difference isn't bad, but you don't need 12 cores right now. But if you if like £40 isn't me as well. So question about modern CPUs. When you say 12 cores, is it actually 12 cores, or is it 4 cores that are being that are just being broken down into 12 threads? Because I know that when I first like knuckled down and learnt about CPUs and shit, like it was always 4 cores that would then be split thread. So technically it's 8 cores, but realistically it's not. Are these actually 12 separate cores? $12 full cores? Holy shit, okay. Crazy. 1 second. I'm going to quickly duck outside and receive my burrito. Only Intel still does smaller cores now, you believe? Right. One of the main reasons that AMD came out on top recently. I see, I see. Alright, yeah, 1 moment. I will be back in a minute or two. And we're gonna have a lunch break, or I guess a breakfast break. Because it's 16? Yeah, I know. It's gonna be quite crazy. Yeah, I'll be right back. Probably need my phone to show them. Wow. I am back. Wow. Okay, I need to pull all the identifying information off this bag before I put it on my desk. 16 cores is what the OG Threadripper used to be, you swear? Oh wow, crazy, okay. Wow. Uh, 16 cores means less need for streaming PC if you ever game on stream. Yeah, I mean, it's still nice to have like my other PC just as a thing. Oh fuck, these chips are always so good. Yeah, Guzmani Gomez. They make the best fast food chips I've ever had anywhere. It's always so good. I know it's the salt they put on them. It's such good shit. And they're always crispy. Let's get this in focus. Make you guys all feel involved. You'll never forgive McDonald's for taking away the beef tallow. What is the beef tallow? You can always use the old PC as a server for games or whatever, depending on what you play. True! Could maybe get a mod pack with the boys going. A Minecraft mod pack. Set that PC up to always be running the server. They used to fry their French fries in beef tallow. Oh, crazy. That sounds like an incredibly, incredibly fatty way to do it. Before Shirley's got 96 gig of RAM ready for the new PC. Look, it's only 32 at the moment. I might boost it to 64 depending though. Because I feel like I never go over 32 gig of RAM consumption anyway. But if I find that my performance is still bottlenecking, then I might push it to 64. You'd feel so bad selling your current PC, so you're glad you missed one. Yeah, that's why I do want to, like, that's part of the reason why I wanted to keep my old PC, is just kind of like, I know it wouldn't sell for much, and also I couldn't be fucked to sell it, and also, like, that's my baby. I've been through so much with it. You're gonna do the same, but you'll boost to 64 purely to fill in the 4 slots. I see. You gotta make sure you get some of the RAM that has the little lights on the top edge then. If you're doing it purely for aesthetic purposes. Oh yeah, on the topic of Minecraft, while my internet was down, I had nothing to do, so I started a Minecraft hardcore server, or not server, hardcore world, just in offline. I haven't played Minecraft in many years. This wasn't the most updated version. This was as updated I had, which was like 1.6 or something. It was before the caves update, I believe. But after the addition of like phantoms and elytra and like villages are different now, and so it had like illager raids, whatever they're called. Oh, pillagers, I think they're called now. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, I was so confused when I found a village. Like, there are some villages that you can't trade with, and then some of the villager trades are actually good now. Crazy stuff. But I feel like I wouldn't even be, like, if I were to play modded Minecraft, I wouldn't even be playing with the new content, because it seems like all the good Minecraft mods are always in really old Minecraft. Minecraft, the 2 week, or the modded 2 week phase lasted 4 days. Oof. Did you have a friend who just pushed through and finished everything almost immediately? Have you played Content Warning? I have. I have got some wonderful videos saved from Content Warning. There's the Snail City Saga, which is a beautiful one. Yeah. Haven't played a lot of Content Warning, but I feel like it's one of those games where it's fun for a bit, and then it just kind of falls off quite quickly. Yeah, let's play Content Warning. Nah, the people here, come on. Maybe some other time. I feel like it could be fun to do like Lethal Company or Content Warning at some point, like just with all the gamers. We'll see. Maybe I'll set up some some community interaction streams at some point. Just slightly tempted to upload funny moments onto YouTube. Yeah, look, that could be fun. I'm not gonna do it right now though, because we're painting right now. Maybe I'll do it once we get like, because I'm gonna do like gaming and shit once we get the new PC set up. So I'd be fully open to doing that sort of stuff. Repo also looks like fun. I played a bit of Repo with some friends. It's fun, but I feel like it struggles a bit with what do you call it? Essentially, the issue I have with it is it takes too long. So unlike Lethal Company, for example, so Lethal Company does it really well because you're on a time limit, and when people die, they can vote to make the thing. They can vote to make the ship leave. With Repo, when you die, you are just stuck there until until your friends either all die or they meet the quota, which means that you can just be sitting there watching your friends for like half an hour, waiting for them to do something, which is really cringe. Gameplay really fun. The aesthetic very funny, but it's just like it struggles a bit from time constraints. Do I know the band Dance Gavin Dance? I do not know the band Dance Gavin Dance. I'm gonna talk to the fucking knobhead who designed this kit. What are you what are you trying to build right now, Technic? Is this the Warp Spider still, or? They're a jazz screamo mix. That is an interesting combo. Shall vanish for now. Righto, I'll catch you later, Sanju. Take care, mate. Forward to you getting the Iron Hands Predator ready. Oh, I saw you post some photos of him in the mini. Yeah, it's a very cool looking mini. Tom, please join the call. How about I move you around a little bit? Does that make you, is this enough? Does this stimulate your senses, Noah? Is this making you feel acknowledged? You've been doing Oh, please join the call. Oh, Technic, you're not in and out. You hopped in and did a line from Sassy the Sasquatch and dipped. Nice. Big Les is classic. Good to know that that Big Les is like a pinnacle of Australian culture, has managed to reach a very wide audience. That it is like a perfect representation of what what bogans are. Also, the only Australian accent you can do. The only Australian accent you need to do, mate. That is the true Australian accent. Because there's like, I've probably gone over this already. I think there's 3 Australian accents. There's like, actually, are there 3? Maybe there's only 2. There's only 2 that I can think of off the top of my head. Where there's the one that I speak, which is more like the the closer to English accent with just some weird shit going on, where it's like you pronounce shit pretty well, but you've still. Well, actually, no. There's three. I'm the middle one, because there's. I don't know what they're referred to. I don't know what these two are. I know that the Bogan one is called broad, and then there's regular, and then there's I'll say high Australian, but it's not high. I mean, it's pretty shit. But yeah, it's like you've got like, oh yes, and then the Queen said that we were to do this. It's basically English accent, and then you've got what I speak, which is like in the middle, where it's pretty clear, but then there's little bits of here and there. And then there's the broad one, which is like, oh yeah, mate. And then we fucking went down to the servo, mate. Found there was some drongo there, and he had, yeah, you hear this, mate. He was having a slab of durries, and fucking old mate from the fucking bottle-o next door came out, and he said, oi, what the fuck are you doing in front of my store? That's like that's broad Australian. That's what Big Les is. Oh. Did I just see a head cam out of the corner of my eye? I did. Isn't Sassy close to Valley? Oh yeah, Sassy's got his own thing going on. Like Les is the really Les is the full-on broad accent. Sassy's more like, oh yeah, mate. Oh yeah, bro. Put some popcorn. All right, this riveting mukbang is almost coming to a close, and then we'll actually paint again. Fun fact, Noah sounds exactly how you thought. Hello, sir.
Yo!
Yeah, it was Noah. That's pretty cool. He was so happy. Oh man, I'm so sorry, Noah. That was so funny though. Man, I must say the first guest star on stream, he earned it. Yeah, I must say, that was like a blast from the past for me, because that, you full on sounded like some of my friends back in high school when we used to be like when we used to go, like play Minecraft and shit. It was like, I heard you, I was like, man, that's like it's exactly what some of my mates used to sound like, probably all used to sound like. You're the first guest, can't take that away from you. Yeah, it's an honor. No, it sounds like you when you were 10. Look, when... like, I thought when you said Noah sounds exactly how you imagined he would sound, I was expecting him to be like full-on squeaker. He just sounds like, you just sound like a nice kid, Noah. I'm not gonna lie, you're not a squeaker. You're not a, you don't sound too childlike. You sound youthful. Also, you should like give me a roll call. First stream guest for real. I don't think I will be doing that. All right. Let's start painting. Okay. A little behind schedule, but let's get to it, gamers. Oh, yeah. Oh, ugh. Sorry about that. Oh, my God. That was a tasty burp, though. I apologize, but I don't apologize, because that was delicious. You know, I have the opposite problem. He doesn't have anything to paint. You don't want to paint anything that you have. Still traumatized by your thousands of Eldar? A grim description, please be quiet. A little behind schedule, starts spending 2.5 hours later than standard. Hey, 1.5. I will not take any slander right here. This is what's the defamation? That's the legal thing. This is, yeah. I will not take any defamation. It's 1.5 hours late. You lying bastard. And while I was eating, it looks like the paint has thinned out a fair bit, and now it's just transparent. It's been sitting on the wet palette. Oh well. Also, I'm probably going to fall asleep halfway through this stream now as this burrito just hits my stomach and knocks me out. Normally start at 4 p.m. PST and it's 6:30, the standard being 4 p.m. and if the court reads back your remarks, I see you do not perjure yourself. Look, I don't know, do you have daylight saving where you are? Because I'm telling you, I don't have daylight saving. My clock is always the same. And I am 1.5 hours behind schedule. I also say, I do not always start at 4 p.m. PST. I always start at 10 a.m. GMT plus 10. And as such, it will be known that it is only 1.5 hours behind schedule. Oh, daylight savings was 5 days ago. Exactly. You got played by your own time zone. See, this is why Australian Eastern Standard Time is the best time zone. We're really far forward, and there's no daylight savings. The clock is always the same. Says the man whose time zone is +10. Look, okay. If you live at Greenwich Mean Time +0, if you live in the heartland of the UK, I'm pretty sure that's where it is, isn't it? Where you're at +0? Then you have the regular, that you have the default factory settings. But look, this is it. Like, we live in, like, we've got the best time zone. I don't know what else to say. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I call it +10 because that way it's easier for everyone to you know, sort out, because they go, oh, okay, GMT's the standard thing. We can work from there. And look, your time zone is also not +0. Your time zone is probably like -300 because you live in the Middle Ages. Oh, look, Noah, you got a friend. Medic's so nice. Yeah, he's looking out for the little guy. One of these days you're going to get hammered and watch Grown Ups too. That's an interesting goal. Can I hear the motivation behind it? sounds like a fun time. That's it. It's an awfully specific goal for the justification to be sounds like a fun time. That's like, I don't know. Have I shared the Guardians of the Galaxy story? I feel like I might have. It's one of my favorites to go to. But that one I would say was like, because the Guardians of the Galaxy story was the that's like the pinnacle of people watching a movie while under the influence of substances. Watching anime the other day and the ending was actually awful. If not shared said story. What anime was it? That you've watched that had a dog shit ending. I might have seen it and I might agree. But yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy incident was a wild ride. I'm trying to think of what year it would have been in. What year did Guardians of the Galaxy 2 come out? Shit on Nickel Project. Okay, I haven't seen that. Never mind. But yeah, basically, it was when Guardians of the Galaxy 2 came out. Myself and a large number of the boys, we got together at a mate's house with plans to go out and see Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in cinemas. And while we're like at our mate's house, sort of getting ready, like one of the boys is like, "Hey guys, I got my hand. I've got some LSD. If anybody is interested." And now, fair warning, I did not partake. I am always the babysitter. I always am there to make sure my friends don't fucking die. But so basically, two of my friends end up consuming said LSD. The boy who supplied the LSD, he had some, and then the other person who had LSD had never had it before, and he had 2 tablets, I believe. And the guy who supplied it was like, "Yo, are you sure about this? You've never done this before, right?" And then the other guy was like, "Yeah, no, it's fine. I've got this. It's chill. I've had drugs before. I know what I'm doing." And so, I'm trying to think of how many of us there were. I think there were 7 of us. Because there were either 6 or 7 of us, because essentially what ended up happening was, in order to get from the mate's house to the cinema, there was 4 or 5 of us were in a car driving there. We had a responsible driver there taking care of everyone on the way in. And then myself and one of the other boys, we took the bus in. And so essentially, there were 2 people out of the 7 of us who were, or the 6 or 7 of us who were sober. Myself and the driver. And so everyone else, from everyone else, 2 of them had done LSD, and everyone else was baked out of their mind. And so, well, Shelly talking to a mind about drugs and using them. Well, Shelly, how much of a bad influence are you? I'm literally talking to you about how I didn't take the drugs, and about this is a nightmare story. Okay, so Noah, this should be this should be a cautionary tale. Because basically, I am going in to the cinema, like, I'm going via via bus with one of my other mates he's pretty high. He didn't often do weed. And like as we're going to the bus stop, and he's like talking about how he's a little nervous, and he's like, man, he's like typing on his phone. He's like, man, my fingers feel like they're on stilts. This is crazy. And I'm like, yeah, you good, mate? And then he's sort of like getting anxious because he's got anxiety, and the weed is sort of making him a bit antsy. And anyway, we take the bus in, we meet up with the others, and we're walking from the bus stop towards the cinema because it's a decent way around the road, or a decent way down the road, and we are just having to fight so hard to keep the two boys who are on LSD like in line, because they're just like, they're walking down the footpath like laughing and talking to each other, and they like stop every now and then. They like point across the road and they're like, yo, look at that tree, look at the leaves, and they're like both look over it and they're like, that's fucking crazy, man. And every now and then I'm having to grab the let's go. I'm not gonna say names, but we'll have friend 1 and friend 2. Friend 1 is the LSD supplier. Friend 2 is the one who hasn't had LSD before, but took 2 tabs anyway. Now, I am in charge of friend 2. That became my de facto role. Friend 1 was chilling. He was enjoying the process. He's done this before. He knows what he's in for. He's reserved enough. He's keeping himself relatively so one of them's been in chat. Look, I will neither confirm nor deny. They may have been in chat, they may not be, but it's more just like, you know, I don't want to speak about it. I don't want to throw their names out here without their knowledge, or with their knowledge. Who knows? They might be in chat, they might not be. But anyway, friend 1 is pretty chilling. He's like, yo, he's enjoying the ride. He's understanding that there are certain things that he wants to do but shouldn't do because that would be a danger to himself. Friend 2 he's wilding. He's looking at this tree across the road. He's like, that's crazy. And he just starts walking. He just walks out, takes a step onto the road, and I'm like, holy shit, come back here. And I have to like grab him by the wrist and pull him back. And I'm like, dude, you can't just walk across the road. That, like, chill. Well, the movie theater's just down over there. Let's just go in there, sit down, and watch the movie. And so I'm having to like make sure this guy doesn't kill himself like on the way to the theater. And so we get there and we buy our tickets and go to sit down. There's not many people in the theater. There's a fair few. It's probably like 50% capacity. We go to our seats and I'm sitting next to friend 2. Friend 1 is in the row in front of us with some of the other boys. So it's myself, friend 2, and my fellow bus rider who are in the back row of the 2 that we had. And I sit down. Friend 2 is on my right, and he's just standing there. The movie hasn't started yet, but he just keeps standing there. He refuses to sit down, and I'm like, mate, sit down, please. Look, sit down. And he's like, I can't. And I'm like, why? Why can't you sit down? He's like, everyone's looking at me. I can't sit down here. And I'm like, mate, no one's looking at you. Just sit down and it'll be fine. And he's like looking around the theater like, they're all looking. And I'm like, that's because you're not fucking sitting down and you're freaking out. They're like, what the fuck is he doing? Sit down. I'm like pulling him. And I like, he's like, I don't feel safe. I'm like, mate, sit down. Please, sit down. It'll be fine. And I like pull him down into the seat. And he's just sitting there, his eyes wide open. He's like, what the fuck? And so, yeah, we get him to sit down and the movie starts. And at several points throughout the movie, by the way, this friend is a barefoot bandit. He never wears shoes. Never, ever, ever wears shoes. And he just kind of like puts his feet up on the on the chair in front. And the chair in front is where friend 1 is sitting. Friend 1 is also had 2 tablets, but is he's much more chill with it. Like, he understands his limits. He knows what's going on. But then he just gets these bare feet on his shoulders, and he's like, what the fuck is happening? And he's like having to fight off these dogs. And like I'm having to like keep friend 2 under control. And also, over the course of the movie, friend 2 starts doing like this weird thing where he'll like reach. So I'm sitting on his left, so he's sitting to my right. He will do this thing where he like reaches his right hand over behind his head and just starts like grabbing my ear. Like, I don't know what he's doing. He probably didn't know what he was doing either. It was like, oh, how do I even explain this? Like, hang on. This is... Hang on. Do I have... Let's go... 8. Let's add a window capture here. Okay. So, friend 2 is like... I don't know how to explain it. He's like... So, if someone is sitting here... Look, I'm drawing him standing because I can't be fucked trying to draw him sitting. Now, he is facing that way, okay? We've got, like, the screen is, like, back here. Okay? And I am here. Okay. So I'm sitting here. Friend 2 is doing this thing where he's like... Arms there. He like reaches his right arm over the top of his head, behind his head. Okay, this is gonna look a bit weird because it's got like the long noodle arm. And then he's like fondling my ear while I'm sitting here. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like looking at him. He's not even looking at me. He's just doing this. He does it several times throughout the movie. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And look, it's just an odd experience. Like, I don't know why he felt the need to do that. And it was just, anyway, it was a wild experience. And yeah, I don't even know how we got here, but the Guardians of the Galaxy experience was, by the way, the movie we're watching was Guardians of the Galaxy 2. These guys were fucking losing their minds. Friend 2 was stun locked when it got to like the second half of the movie. And like, it was just, I don't know how he got here. It was a wild time. It was fucked up. And there were all these issues of trying to get back to the house. He's probably seeing colors touching my ear. Probably, I don't know. Maybe it was helping him cope with the sensory overload. He loves you, for the fields. Hey, Oliver, how you going, mate? Hang on, no, we want this one here. Watching Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and dealing with this crap easily a top 5 worst day of all time. Like, it was fine. It was just like, the thing is, to this day, Friend 2 has not seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2 again. Friend 1 went back through and watched it again because he wanted to know what happened. Friend 2 is like, no, I refuse to watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I want to only remember it for what I saw that day. It was just, it was crazy colors, it was flashing. There was this moment where the girl with the antenna, so he's talking about Mantis, goes like, and then there's a big explosion. Like, that's how he describes it to me. He's like, and it was awesome. I don't want to see it for what it was. Wait, has Caveman Ollie evolved? Yeah, Ollie's evolved. He's he is a peasant. He works the fields. He has entered the era of feudalism. Friend who is lucky, you wish you never saw it. Look, Guardians 2 wasn't that bad. I don't like it. It was a movie. I think it was like on the cusp of like when all the Marvel movies started becoming bad. I feel like it was right on the borderline there. It was fine, I think. I don't think it was necessarily a good movie. I don't think it was atrocious though. And it gave us that one meme where Chris Pratt goes, "What?" and then shoots his dad. I think that's a good one. I think we did get something good out of it. Recently rewatched the Guardians trio. Easily 2 is the worst, but it wasn't something unwatchable. Yeah, I haven't seen Guardians 3. Well, he should stop painting because you said you're having troubles painting and playing video games and should play video games with the chat. You can leave a company or content warning. Look, I am open to playing games in the future, but just not today. I think that I want to keep the regular painting or the regular time slot as painting, but then maybe in the future have some other streams at different times where we play games and stuff. Because I understand that there are people here who would be fine to play games or watch games be played, but I know that there are also people here who are here for painting and they probably wouldn't want to watch games. Also, why are you streaming later? Noah, I slept in, brother. Now you're sleeping in an hour. Look, I've been very busy, brother. I've been, work has been kind of fucked up. Because, after all the cyclone prep, of course, even though we barely got a cyclone, everybody in the city was absolutely panicking. They bought all of the... Okay, there was like... So... list of things that people buy from a hardware store when there's a cyclone coming. Gas, water bottles, tarps, sheets of black plastic, masking tape, all tape, every kind of tape, batteries, torches, what else is there? Buckets, plywood, fence palings, probably some other things that I've missed, but all of those we were completely sold out of. He works at a hardware store. We got him. This is already established information, Noah. Get with the times, buddy. I thought you were a real one. You didn't even know that. Shows how much you pay attention to me. Jeez. That's quite hurtful, Noah. But yeah, we got smashed so fucking hard on all of that it was like, it's like we got to the point where it was just fucking like, yeah, completely sold out of all of that. And what province does Shelley live in? I don't know if I call it. I live in the province of Queensland. No, probably doesn't even know I'm 5'9". I'm 5'11", thank you very much, Technic. I'm officially a midget because I'm not 6 foot, okay? Chill. But yeah. Anyway, we got so fucking smashed, completely sold out of everything from all those things I listed. And so then we had to get this massive fucking order in after the cyclone to restock all of that. It was like 10 times the size. No, not actually 10 times. But it was like probably 5 or 6 times the number of pallets that we normally get ordered in. And we just have been working non-stop trying to get all of that shit restocked. And on top of that, one of our main full-timers he's taking a month off. And so it's just like, yeah, it's just been so busy this past week or so. And then you didn't even get your fucking cyclone. Yeah, we didn't even fucking get it. It was just a little bit windy, a little bit rainy enough to take out my my internet for a few days. Cans Hardware, Sunshine Mitre 10, and Yandina Hardware. Holy shit, how did you got me at Cans Hardware? What? I definitely do not work at Cans Hardware. I do not work at Cans Hardware. I can promise it is not Cans Hardware. Do not go looking for me. But also, Noah, on a real note, probably don't need to, probably shouldn't go, probably shouldn't go actively trying to dox me. A little bit odd, that one there. Man is just listing every hardware store in Queensland. I mean, by that logic, you will eventually hit the right one. Time to look for a Jack can. By the way, Cairns is a city. Actually, I guess it's more of a town than a city. So, I don't think there's a Jack Can. It's not like the hardware is owned by the Can family. You were joking? Oh, okay. I apologize. It missed me. I was I missed it. I'm just stupid. I can't find when you're making the joke. I'm sorry if that upset you, if that hurt you. It hurt me more. I don't even know I'm doing this bit now. This is just really painful. Home hardware? Home hardware is there's many home hardwares. There's many home hardwares. Home hardware is not just like a one-off thing. It's a franchise. What's the city? I live in Melbourne, Noah. I think this generation doesn't really get sarcasm. Look, it's hard to get sarcasm over text. I don't get the intonation. I was on the hunt like I owe money. This is quite fucked up. Bunnings Warehouse. Oh, okay. Look, I've said this. I will own this position. Look, I said I'm from a family business. Bunnings are the scum of the earth. I will die on this hill. Bunnings deserve to burn. Fuckers. Disgusting beasts. Yeah, no, Bunnings are not family owned. They are a corporation that they just thrive on destroying family-owned businesses and just wiping. Yeah, they are no good. Do not like Bunnings. But unfortunately, lots of Australians love them because they do sausage sizzles. What's the first letter? Look, I'm not gonna dox myself. If I give any more information on on my my hardware, on where I'm from, it is just gonna be like instantly doxed. It is so easy to find me. I'm not doing that. Sausage sizzles, yeah, you know, it's like a barbecue. It's just where you do sausages only, though. You know, so you sell a sausage and bread. You set up your barbecue out the front of the shop, and you get some onions, you get some sausages, you get some bread, you sell sausages, and you sell cans of drink. We did it at our place for a while, but no one fucking cared because I don't know why. We got some traffic, but it's just like, it's hard to do as a family business because no one really thinks about it that way. Sell sausages in the world will beat a path to your hardware store door. Sounds like some IKEA type marketing ploy. Yeah, it worked out very well for Bunnings, I will say that. By the way, Noah and Medic, if you have already said the name of my well, so if/when you inevitably say the name of my family's shop, I will not react in the slightest. You could have already said it. But feel free to keep listing. So you've already said it? Who knows? Maybe. Maybe not. But if you have said it, you'd need to figure out which one it is. If you haven't said it, then maybe you just need to keep going. It's not Mick and Sons. Shelley canonically has a sister. True. And we all know that when you have a sister, it means that you literally cannot have a brother. If you already have a brother, and then and then your parents have a daughter, your brother actually gets deleted. He just despawns. Might need to use the cell tower method. How would you use the cell tower method though if you don't even have my like you don't even have my phone? You need to know what my phone is, though. You wouldn't look for me at work anyway, you'd troll the GW store. Could find me in a heartbeat. Uh-oh, we gotcha. Uh-oh. What does that mean? Locally owned? No way. A hardware store that says locally owned on it? No! If you find out, you won't tell him, you just taunt him with it, I see. Walk in, announce your name, and just see who in the store immediately starts acting awkward, and you'd know. Someone standing facing the wall with the Imperial Knights on it visibly flinches when you announce your name. Doesn't turn around. Reading reviews and the amount of hate Bunnings is getting is fucking hilarious. When you're reading reviews of Bunnings or reviews of other hardware stores where people are shitting on Bunnings? Because I will say that a lot of people like Bunnings, but I've never been into a Bunnings, so I can't speak from experience, but what I hear from people mainly is just that you don't really get help when you go in there. It's just like, you go in there, they have a lot of stuff, and they might be able to point you in the direction of the stuff, but they don't know anything about the products, and so it's hard to get solutions. They'll sell you things, but they won't really help you out. That is what I've heard from people. But the thing is, as someone who doesn't work at a Bunnings, I need to take that with a grain of salt, because people who are coming to my store, generally, their whole thing is like, they're incentivized to say that Bunnings is shit because they want to be nice. But yeah, again, I can't speak from experience because I have never been into a Bunnings, and I never plan on going in a Bunnings. Oh, sorry, I missed those. How many custodies do I owe Noah? I owe him none. He will get none from me. So if you can work up the motivation, you'll be able to start hobbying again the next couple of months. That'll be very cool. Yeah, hope you can get the motivation to do it, Gavin, because it is very therapeutic just being able to do shit. Like, I will say, this past week or so, where I haven't been able to do any painting or anything like that, has not been good for my mental health. So it's nice to be getting back into it. Go to Aussie Mower Centre, see if he works there. It's gonna be a very time-consuming ordeal. Which Aussie Mower Centre are you talking about, Noah? What's with all the Mitre 10s? Mitre 10 and Home Hardware are their franchises, which are, so they're generally they're locally owned, and so, like, I don't know how to describe it. So basically, if someone has a it's like, I don't know if McDonald's are like this overseas or not, but I know that at least in Australia, a lot of McDonald's are like this, where you can pay to get the branding of McDonald's, and then you have to follow certain guidelines, but you are a local McDonald's owner. Same sort of thing with Mitre 10 or Home Hardware or that sort of thing, I believe, where you can pay, you essentially, you pay a fee to have the Mitre 10 Home Hardware. I think there's some other things in there, because there's like a big, essentially there's a big, there's an alliance in Australia called the Independent Hardware Group, which is like not just Mitre 10 and Home Hardware. It has like lots of other things like True Value and lots of smaller unbranded hardwares that all sort of work together and share warehouses. Basically, yeah, you can pay to have the branding, but you're still locally owned. Call it franchising. Yes, okay. I wasn't sure if, so yeah, they're franchises. I wasn't sure if Macca's was also franchised overseas, but yeah, Mitre 10 is a franchise. Think you know what shop it is? I'm a little nervous, but also not at all, because I feel like everyone has gone, I think I know what shop it is. Give location. If I give the location, you will know immediately. Given the location. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, for people who have been paying attention to the shit I've said, like I've said, it's very easy to find out. That's why I do not want to give additional details. Is it a Big Boys Aussie Dinkadoos? How did you find me? You can't just sell me out like that. Aha! What the fuck is a dinkadoo? It's just Australian, you don't even question that it's real. First guess stuck on it. Alright. Now, Bob, I have a real question. Is Big Boy's Aussie Dinkadoos a real place? Because if so, that's an awesome name for a shop. If it's not, you're moving to Australia and opening one. I would welcome you to the independent hardware group if you opened a Big Boy's Aussie Dinkadoos. Figure out what you're selling later. Oh no. Okay, if it's gonna be Aussie's Dinkadoo or Aussie Dinkadoos, you know what you sell? You sell kangaroo scrotums. Genuine Australian touristic icon. That's just like that's an Outback gift shop staple. Kangaroo balls. Genuine pouch wear. Did you pass over your question on purpose? No comment. Money pouches made from authentic balls are not cheap either. Yeah, no, I think the reason they do that is because there's a lot of culling of kangaroos out in the like in the outback, because otherwise they get really fucked up and just destroy farmland, so they keep them under control. And when they cull them, they're like, well, we may as well make use of these parts. Big Boy's Aussie Dinkadoo sounds like it sells bedroom toys. I would not want to buy any bedroom toys from Big Boy's Aussie Dinkadoos. Sounds like the regional branch for Bad Dragon. I'm try. I don't like the implications of that. I don't like Australia themed Bad Dragons as a concept. It just makes me uncomfortable. Dinkadoo is easily one of the funniest things you've heard in the past month. I'm sorry. Sounds like you must have had an extraordinarily boring month if Dinkadoo is the peak. Dinkadoo is fucking hilarious, okay? Well, I won't take it away from you. I will let you enjoy this, that I don't even know what to refer to that as. That little, that little gem. Again, it sounds so Australian, you didn't even think it was made up. I mean, it is I even to this point, I don't even know if, if it is made up or not. It has to be fake. It's too comical. But I could see some guy out in like fucking Longreach, middle of the outback, just be like opening up his shop. Oh yeah, mate, this is big boys Aussie Dinkadoos, mate. Come on in, we got truck nuts, we got kangaroo balls, we got fucking Dinkadoos, you name it. Oh yeah. Made it up, but maybe someone made it up before you. Okay, yeah. Like I was fully ready to believe that it was just like some ultra regional gift shop or something like that. Just picturing some Aussie guy bragging about how he just got a good price on a Dinkadoo. Oh yeah, mate. You see, fucking. Got a Dinkadoo for like fucking less than I don't even know what a good deal for a Dinkadoo would be. What do you reckon the good price for a Dinkadoo would be? What do you think the demographic of of Dinkadoos is? Who is buying Dinkadoos? Bogans. Spelt Bogan. Yeah. But yeah. We need to figure out what Dinkadoos is. I want to know what Bogans are doing with them. Basically what you're getting is that your imagination just ran crazy with the idea. Look, I'm happy that the word or the term Dinkadoo was enough to ignite your passion. You should never define them like the commercial from Rick and Morty. What was that item in Rick and Morty? Was it a plumbus? Is that what it was? There's a song called Inka Dinka Doo. I would believe it. There are some odd names for things in Australia. Passion, lawyer, child of the internet. What do you mean? The fucking neighborhood called Fitzgibbon. There's some. I reckon Fitzgibbon is a pretty that's a pretty underwhelming Australian name. Like some of the indigenous names for places are pretty cool. How much longer? I don't know. We'll probably go for at least an hour or two more. Mac. Haven't really been up to a whole lot. Longer than Mac's arm. What are we saying? I'm trying to think of oh, fuck. If there's anyone from Australia here, they might know, or at least anyone from the East Coast, they might know the place I'm thinking of. There's a town, I believe it's between Sydney and Brisbane, which is like the weed capital of Australia. I feel like it has a pretty cool, or it has like a funny name. I can't remember though. Fuck, I can't remember what it's called. But also, it's just like, it's just a wild place. Like there are some funny headlines that come out of that place. Oh, what is it called? Where's Jacko when you need him? He would know. 100% he would know. I'm not suggesting anything about him, by the way. Maybe he's been there. I don't know. Maybe he hasn't, but he would know regardless. Regardless of whether or not he has been there, which, again, I don't know if he's been there. No judgment if he has. But, pass through Nundle, through Northgate, right into Boondale. Hang on. It's Nimbin. Nimbin is the place I'm thinking of. Nundle made me remember it. It's Nimbin. That's the place. And some wild shit that comes out of Nimbin. Like a couple of years ago, I saw a headline where in Nimbin there was a guy who some guy fired a bow at another guy on his driveway, and the other guy blocked the arrow with his phone. Like, you get some crazy shit. Like, this is the shit the Drongos get up to is so good. With his phone and some skill. Yeah, I feel like the headline has, or like the article has a photo of his phone. I need to find this now. I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna find the article. Okay, what would I search? Like Nimbin bow attack? Probably. Let's see. Nimbin bow attack. Man uses phone as shield in alleged bow attack in Nimbin 2019. Oh, hang on. Okay, we go. Let's go. Where is it? Window capture. It's just the first thing I see when I open the ABC article on it. It's so good. The photo is hilarious. Oh. Like, what the fuck? He was trying to take a photo of the guy aiming a bow at him. This guy's aiming a bow at you and you pull your phone out to take a photo of him. And then he just shoots your phone. Oh, so good. So good. Oh, man. Oh. Will they buy right the first time? What are you talking about, Noah? Is this like a code word a code phrase trying to figure out, trying to probe me to see if is that like a buy it for you? Buy what for you? Do you buy the Warlord, or should you save a down payment on your first car? Can you hear in his voice that's a slogan the way it works? Okay, so I was trying to figure out, was that like was that a slogan of a hardware store that you were trying to like probe me for? Billy, you're safe. You're not listed as staff at the store you thought I was at. I see. Yeah, I had a feeling you were wrong when you asked about the place. I don't remember what the place you said was, but I don't know that place. But also, I don't think my store lists the staff as like a public thing, as like publicly available information. Don't think we do that. If I said location, just asked about Brackenridge. I assume Brackenridge is a location, though. You gonna hop off? See ya? Right, I'll catch you later, Noah. Have a good night. Alright, now that Noah's gone, who wants to hop in the voice chat and have a conversation? Huh? Well, who wants to talk? See, that's a that's a meme. I'm hoping that I caught Noah while he was still here. You've just heard about it before? Right, no, yeah, I don't know where Brackenridge is. There's a lot of Bunnings? Yeah. There are. If there's a place that doesn't have a Bunnings, they will open one up there so that they can close down all of the local hardwares in the area. That's what they do. They look around, they go, ooh, we don't have a Bunnings warehouse around here, and the hardwares in the area aren't huge, so we can probably just brute force them out of here. And then that's what they do. It's pretty awesome. Gotta love Megacorps. Because for the longest time, Bunnings was owned by the same corporation that owned Coles, which is one of the main supermarkets in Australia. One of like the 2 or 3 main supermarkets. And so essentially they just had infinite money to fuck with people. But the thing is, now they made so much money that they were able to break away from that corporation, and now they're just their own corporation. Just to show how much money they have, they don't even need to be supported by the supermarkets anymore. They're just their own thing. But yeah, basically they go around and they shut down all of the local businesses. Very cool. Very fun. Wouldn't pay you to go into a US Coles. Coles is not spelt like that in Australia. I don't know what the US Coles is. Coles as in C-O-L-E-S. That's the Australian supermarket. Because the big ones in Australia are Coles, Woolworths, and then we've got Aldi, and then there's IGA. But IGA isn't really anywhere near the level of Coles or Woolworths or Aldi. Have Woolworths and IGA, that's crazy. Do Woolworths and IGA exist overseas? I was fully under the impression that IGA was specifically an Australian thing because they're like the small business franchise version of like all of the grocery stores. I think you've had either of those for about 25 years. No, yeah, like Woolworths is one of the two major grocers in Australia, or one of the two major supermarkets, and then IGA is just like the franchise version. Woolworths was a department store where you are, so just the same name. I see, I see. But yeah, the grocery store next to your pizza store was an IGA at some point. Oh, interesting. IGA is the last supermarket that I would have expected to go international. Because they're the little guy. Huh. Is Troy a new name for... No. Troy's been here for a while. Troy is not he who must not be named. don't you YouTube mini player work? What the fuck is going? What if your boyfriend texts me? What? No, come on, Mac. No need to brag. Like political science and engineering math stuff, so you get a journalist of mine. Yeah, well, I mean, we generally try to avoid going into political stuff here, because I know that everyone's got their own opinions on this stuff, and people can get pretty heated. So yeah, probably don't bring up probably don't bring up political stuff unless I bring it up first. I would say I dictate the stuff. No, yeah, but Transfer 2.0, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, because I know that political discussions can get very draining, and a lot of people don't want to talk about that shit here because it's like, you know, it's time for people to relax. And I'm sure especially you guys over in the US have to deal with it all like so much more than we do everywhere else in the world. Like everywhere else in the world, we're hearing about what's happening over there daily. I imagine it's that much worse for you guys. No dolphins either. Fucking dolphins. What's wrong with dolphins, Bob? I need to know. Brother's been stuck in Canada recently due to US politics, so yeah. Didn't realize that it affected US-Canada border crossings, what's going on at the moment. Crazy. Dolphins are fucked. Oh, I know dolphins are fucked, but I'm just like wondering why Bob is so averse to the conversation of dolphins. Like, dolphins are monsters. Like how orcas, when they find seals and sea lions on little ice sheets, what they'll do is they will come up underneath and they will smack the underside of the ice sheet as hard as they can to launch the seal or sea lion as high as they can into the air. So that, like, it's not just a matter of flipping the sheet so they can access the poor guy. It's about fucking launching him as high as they can. Like they just torment them before they kill them. Orcas are just the worst. Terrifying beasts. orcas torture the orcas torture the fuck out of their prey. Yeah, I mean, that's because they're the mind of a dolphin, but they're just given the most roided out fucking body of the sea. They're just, yeah, they're just psychos. Had a nightmare about an orca drowning you last night. Yeah, orcas are fucked up. People who are like, oh, I love orcas. They're so beautiful. And sure, they're beautiful if they feel like not fucking killing you. They're unpredictable. Like, if you're swimming and come across an orca, it might be chill. It might ferry you to the shore. Or it might just fucking kill you. I don't know. I don't know what it's thinking. That's the scary thing, is it's thinking about what it's going to do to you. It's not like a shark where it's like, oh, yep, that's food, or yep, that's not food. It's the orca's like, look at that fucking idiot. Just lucky they don't usually see us as prey. Yeah, that's the thing. But even if they don't see you as prey, they might just decide that they want to kill you. They're not going to eat you, they just want to fuck with you. And I'm keen to get this guy finished so I can go on to the ghost kill, because the ghost kills look so neat. I feel like the Riptide just feels like the Riptide feels like the broadside plus. That's like that's the feeling I get from the Riptide. He's like the broadside 2.0, whereas the ghost kill is like his own beast. Also, I saw a YouTube short, which was like a lore guy talking about a story where the the Tau commander from Dark Crusade. It's just like a clip of him. Well, it was a section where he was just he was being an absolute beast in a ghost keel battlesuit. You know, made me want to paint a ghost keel. What can I say? I'm a simple man. I hear a cool bit about a character I know doing a cool thing in a cool battlesuit. I want to paint it. Anyplay wasn't working because of your dog VPN. Oh, because oh no, not because of your dog VPN, man. I just put some malice in that because working because of your VPN, right? Orcas are G's. No, Mac. I'm sorry. That is just a hard disagree right there. Orcas are not G's. Orcas are fucking nightmare fuel. Like, I feel like the reason orcas scare me is the same reason that monkeys scare me. It's because they are too smart. They're not human smart, but they are smart enough that you don't know what they are thinking. Like, with like so many other animals, it's like, you generally know what the, what this animal is gonna do. Just like it you know the way they behave, you know what it's up to. I hate monkeys because I refuse to go and meet a monkey. Because there's like, you see like people going, oh yeah, like you go to Bali and you can go and there's like the monkeys all over the place. Fuck that. I'm not going near a monkey. They're little monsters. You don't know what it's gonna do. You seen their teeth? They're fucking little demons. Orcas haven't killed anyone in the wild. I don't care if orcas haven't killed anyone in the wild before. I don't want to be the first. Like, cassowaries are fucking terrifying. Pretty sure we don't have very many recorded deaths to a cassowary. Doesn't mean I'm gonna go and fuck with a cassowary out in the wild. That thing's gonna rip me apart. It's got fucking knives on its feet. And it's rage incarnate. It's a pretty bird, but I'm not gonna try pat it in the wild. I'm not going to try to pat it in captivity either. Cassowaries are fucked. They are beautiful though. They are so cool. But fuck me, I'm not going near a cassowary. Anyone's familiar with Casual Geographic? He just dropped a video about whales and dolphins. That's pretty dope. Yeah, I know Casual Geographic. He's pretty cool. I might check it out at some point. Yeah, because I enjoy learning some animal facts. It's always fun. He's better than cool. He's fucking hilarious. Yeah, he true. Yeah, he's pretty good. Oh, have you guys in the US gotten much reporting on the fucking American tourist who went and picked up a wombat baby in Australia, and was like recording it and filming it? Because I haven't seen it. I haven't, like, she posted her to her Instagram or something. Because all I've heard is just like my parents talking about it and the media talking about how they were going to like review her status, like her status or something, and then she went back to America before we could do anything to her. Was that reported at all over in the US or no? Has this happened in like the past week or so? Yeah, she needs to be jailed. Yeah, hang on. I'm not super familiar with it because I've only heard about it like secondhand. I'm gonna look at it right now. American influencer wombat. Influencer who snatched wombat leaves Australia. So, where is it? The influencer known as Sam Jones also uses the name Samantha Strable, left Australia on Friday morning. Posted an Instagram reel of herself on an unidentified roadside, picking up the baby wombat and running towards the camera with the joey in her arms as its mother ran after it. Footage showed the joey squirming and screeching before she put it back on the road. It showed the baby walking back into the scrub. ABC understands she was not deported, but left of her own accord. It's unclear where she traveled to. Okay, so, yeah, and there's a photo of her just holding on to this poor wombat. Fucked up. It is unfortunate that the mother wombat did not break her leg when she did that. I mean, I did not say, I mean, it is unfortunate that we were unable to persecute her for this before she left. Guessing it's highly illegal? Yeah. Generally, it's frowned upon to go and pick up baby animals, especially native species that are generally endangered. Like, I don't know, what is an iconic native animal in the US? Bald eagle, bison. Well, I guess there's the bald eagle. I guess the thing doesn't really, the example doesn't really work with the bald eagle, because if you snatched a baby eagle from its nest, then the mother would actually just savage you. Like you might lose your eyes. Unfortunately, the wombat kind of has to. The wombats aren't that dangerous when they're not in their hole, because wombats they've got claws, but their main way of defending themselves is by throwing it back. No, I was just trying to pet bison here. Right. Yeah. I guess the big difference here is the wombat isn't exactly able to fight back that well. Like, you can pick up the baby and the mother's going to struggle to fuck you up. Bobber. Yeah, I guess, imagine that, like someone, like a tourist finds like a beaver and its baby crossing the road, and they run over and pick up, like, and snatch up the baby beaver and then run over to their friend who's recording. and the baby's like screaming while the mother's like running over after you. Like that's basically what happened. Like to see one of these idiots try to pick up a baby buffalo. Yeah, they'd like be heaving and hoeing, like trying to pick it up, and then they would just get fucking flattened by the mother. Try to do that to a big red kangaroo. Yeah, I think I've talked about the time when I nearly got my head punched off by a kangaroo as a kid. Yeah, they're mean bastards if you piss them off. They try and the mother bison rocks them. Yeah, I mean that's what I was saying. Like the mother bison would just fuck you up. Can kangaroos be brought to America? I know that there are kangaroos in at least in zoos and shit. I'm pretty sure the export of Australian wildlife is highly illegal though. Kangaroos aren't as deadly as dinkadoos. The dinkadoos animals now? That was a dinkadoo. A dinkadoo is whatever the hell we want it to be. Dinkadoos defy description. Everything is a dinkadoo, and nothing is a dinkadoo. Dinkadoo is is a state of being. See, even Mac didn't question they exist. Look, I agree that the Australian naming sense of things can be a little bit whack. It's because Dinkadoo sounds so close to Didgeridoo that no one questions it. Just sounds like the most Australian thing ever. I can't fight on it because you're not wrong. I'm gonna paint the Goon Lord. Who is the Goon Lord? Fulgrim. I don't have him, so I will not be painting him for the time being, at least. So, short answer, probably not. Maybe in the distant future, but as it stands, no, I will not be painting the Goon Lord. No one has Vulcan behind the besides the Horus Heresy one. Oh, okay, he's not out yet. Just the Emperor's Children box at the moment. Right. Yeah, thankfully I'm not a gooner, so actually I take that back. Thankfully I'm not that interested in the Emperor's Children, so yeah, so I won't be I won't have to fight any temptations to buy them, which is good because I spent too much money on my PC recently. So I have reason to not expand the pile of shame. You're turning yours into fucked up Iron Hands? Yeah, that'll be quite cool. How many Iron Hands Legion Praetors did you get? Just the one? And you're just gonna make the parts go as far as you can? I think the Emperor's Children called the Big E Daddy. I think they called him Pa. Father dearest. You got the one Praetor and you'll be using a lot of admech bits? I see. Your review on Domino's stuffed crust is the same as every other stuffed crust? Pretty decent. I see. I've never really been a stuffed crust guy. I'm not a huge cheese freak to begin with. Like, cheese is fine. But I'm not gonna, like, devour cheese as though it's as though I'll never be able to eat cheese again. I do have some very big cheese aficionados in my friend circle, though. In fact, friend 2 from the earlier discussion from the Guardians of the Galaxy incident, friend 2 is a cheese freak. In fact, in the aftermath of the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 incident, when we had returned to the house, he had ahead of time prepared a full block of camembert and a loaf of bread. And while he was coming down, he he ripped the bread open, stuffed the camembert in, put it in the oven, cooked that shit, and then after it had melted, he came in, just fist into the molten cheese and just starts eating fistfuls of it. Quite fucked. LSD activated his cheese powers. His cheese powers are never not active. He is always eating cheese. It's just how his family is. Howdy everyone. Hey Rebellion. How you going, mate? Remember when Subway was sued for serving cake instead of bread? What do you mean? What do you mean they were serving cake instead of bread? Oh. Hopefully that's not the start of the sneezing fits. Let's just pray that was a one-off sneeze. The bread was legally cake? How does something legally become cake? You're doing well. How's it feel to have working internet again? It is good. Yeah, I've had internet back for a few days, but I've only just gotten a day off from work because it's been really busy over there at the moment, and one of our full-timers has got a month off. So, yeah, it's just been pretty full on this past week or so. Is there sugar content? I see. That must have been some rather sugary bread then. Holy shit. That's one thing I've heard, actually. Side note. One thing I've heard from like everyone I know who's been to America is they've said there's sugar in fucking everything. Like even the bread is unbelievably sugary. Is that true? I guess I can't really. It doesn't really make sense to ask that to Americans because you may not, like, you might not have a point of reference. You might just go, oh, it's normal, but I don't know what normal is. Is there a lot of sugar and stuff over there, or just in general? Yeah, your workplace has been slowly ramping up to 50 hours a week. Yikes. My condolences. It's true? Right. Sugar in a lot of foods, hard to avoid. Yeah, but I mean, like, I feel like it's normal to find sugar in a lot of foods, but what I've heard is it's just like you can taste the sugar in everything, is what like the people I know have said. Sugar is good for you. In small amounts, sure. Just too much is bad. Yeah, but I mean, like, that's anything can be good for you in small amounts. You know your taste buds are screwed, so you can't even tell. I mean, but also, it like if you don't have a point of reference for what like bread overseas is like, then it's hard to like it would be hard to see. It's like, for example, I would say that bread in Japan for me, it's an interesting point of difference from like a lot of the bread you get in Australia. Like I would say definitely stuff like white bread in Japan is a bit, or actually, I think white bread in Australia might be sweeter than white bread in Japan. Which is weird because in Japan, a lot of, like, Japan has a lot more sugar in a lot of their confectionaries and that sort of thing, like in their breads. I feel like their white bread is just not very sugary. But he basically runs on nicotine and caffeine at this point. I mean, whatever keeps you going. Caffeine is, it is incredible. I love it. I discovered like the glory of morning coffee, sort of late last year, and I can't not have it anymore. That shit just activates your body. I don't know how. It's just so good. Body runs on meth. My body might run on meth in a few months. We'll see if the if the psychiatrist determines that running my body on meth or that fueling my body with meth will help with things, then that's what's going to happen. You drink Gamer Subs? I had Gamer Subs for a bit. I feel like the caffeine content in the Gamer Subs is fucking insane. So the ones that I ended up just like, because I had the free sachets they give, which like, and those are the caffeinated ones, but I bought the subs that I bought were the non-caffeine ones, and the free sachets that they send with the cups. Holy fuck, that is an insane level of caffeine in that shit. Like, I could not sleep many hours after I had it. Drank one monster a year for 2 years straight. One monster a year? That's a lot. Holy shit. That's crazy. Yeah, I've never had like proper energy drink because every time I smell it, it's just like candy water. It smells so sickly sweet. Whenever I like someone near me is drinking V or Red Bull or Monster, I smell it and I'm like, ugh. Subs has a relatively low amount of caffeine compared to energy drinks. Really? Crazy. You meant a day? Yeah, I gathered you meant once a day. An hour every 30 minutes, 15 minutes. How are you alive? You're on your period. I don't think that's a good sign, Mac. As a man, I do not think it's a good sign if you that might be hemorrhoids. There's a gum made by a soldier that got tired of drinking energy drinks. Strike gum is just caffeine. It's probably not legal in Australia if it's really high concentration like that. You may or may not have almost overdosed on caffeine once before. Yikes. Yeah, I had one incident in Japan when I was trying to get an assignment done overnight. And I had I was worried about caffeine overdose, but in the end it wasn't even caffeine overdose. I just felt really unwell because it would have been crazy to manage to overdose on caffeine with what I was drinking, but because basically I didn't have any coffee. I didn't have any energy drinks. It was the middle of the night. All I had in my room was tea. I had a lot of tea. It's hard, like, I had to look it up because I was worried that I might overdose if I just kept drinking, like, tea after tea after tea. But you need to drink, like, 50 cups of tea or something before you'd risk a caffeine overdose. So in the end, I just felt really unwell because I was like, I'd have a cup of tea and then I would put a second tea bag in, and then I would refill the tea, and I would drink that. I would put a third tea bag in, and I got to the point where I had like 7 bags in this tea, and it was like I had so much liquid in my stomach. I felt unwell. My throat was so dry from all the tea, and I was hungry. I was thirsty, but I was full of liquid, and the only food I had in my apartment was jerky. So I was eating beef jerky and dehydrated from all the tea that I was drinking, but my belly was full of liquid, so I couldn't drink any water, and it was not good. Got for 36 hours, had 4 coffees, 5 energy drinks, and 2 caffeine tablets. Fuck, man. Jeez. By using strike gum, you stayed up 18 hours, drove 16 hours from Montana back to Texas. Yikes. Isn't, like, that kind of really dangerous, though? Because isn't the issue, like, caffeine will help you not fall asleep, but when you get to a certain point of exhaustion, you will fall asleep anyway, and the caffeine will just give you a buzz as you fall asleep. So if you're incredibly sleep deprived, and you're trying to use caffeine to stay awake while driving, it is entirely possible that you will just fall asleep anyway. Yeah, it's dangerous you were a wreck. Right. Were you in that much of a rush to get home? Because surely you could have, like, stopped over somewhere. Just stop in like a trucker's rest and just sleep the night in the car. Well, that was in a 6-hour time span trying to get through work. Oh! I thought you meant over 36 hours you had all of those things, Rebellion. You had all of that shit in 6 hours? Fuck! Ended up puking outside of work and went home early. Yikes. Not gonna lie, being blind would be so fucking scary. Like, you're already afraid of the dark, no light, and you can't use your phone as a flashlight. Well, I mean, I'm sure it would be scary to go blind. But I mean, for people who are born, like, with no eyesight at all, it's probably not that bad. Because they don't know anything else. Like, it would suck, but in terms of, like, I feel like it probably wouldn't be that scary. But yeah, for sure, going fully blind would be fucked up. You just feel so vulnerable. But also, most people that are blind aren't just like complete. It isn't just like complete, like just pitch black. Usually, it's just like varying degrees of blurriness. You're also a forklift operator, so it was a fun time. That's fucked. You'd be so jumpy on the controls. Lack of sensory input can be panicking or panic-inducing to the formerly sighted. Yeah, that would be quite scary. Use that to pick up all the ladies. Hello, ladies. You know that I'm forklift certified. Doesn't work as well as the rumors said it would. The forklift license doesn't help you pull? Definitely they yell back at you calling me fat. I just might need it for them big ass titties. I don't think many people would appreciate that one technique. Just gonna find an autistic girl one day, make you look less insane, and make conventions where you want to look. Yeah, but don't you then run the risk of also encountering people like Hello Kitty girls over at the anime convention? Isn't that like you're signing yourself up for like you could find the sort of person you're after, or I feel like there would also be a lot of very dangerous people there. Okay, I think we're almost there with all our little metallic details. Did security for Con in Ohio a few years ago, the shit the weebs get up to. Oh god. That's like wait. Was it you talking about the furries? What the furries were up to? Was that something that I saw somewhere else? Like the furries in the bathroom. The furry orgy. Okay, that was you. Okay. So did you have to go in there to break it up, or you just heard that that was happening and you're like, fuck that? You 3 others had to break it up. Yikes. Ugh. Like go in while they're getting it on, like, yeah, come on, move along, get the fuck out. Like, I don't think I could do it. I think I would go in there and I would just immediately just start just like it'd be so nasty. No, just a security guard. I hate that I read that like that. Good use for a cattle prod. No, they'd probably like that. This is furries we're talking about. Even funny when you consider you're only 5'6", but you had the most commanding, disappointed father voice out of the 4 of us that went in. Yeah, that would be like, I feel like if, for people who were involved with that, like they're in the middle of getting it on, and then the security guards come in, and they just start going, really, guys? I feel like that would just be soul crushing. You'd be like, oh, what are we doing? Yeah, did fairy once the ears are kind of hot? No, this is a bait. That is rage bait right there. And it's working. I am getting angry. Wondering how enough people started dressing up in animal costumes was so great that fairies became a thing. Yeah, I don't know. Shit happens, I guess. You're not talking about suiting, but like the headband ears. No, but it's just weird. Heracles started it. Did Heracles start it? Was Heracles a cat boy? Is this new, like, Greek mythology lore that's dropping? He first suited as a lion? When did he do that? Was this the Nemean lion? Did he kill the Nemean lion and wear its skin or something? You guys take care. I'll catch you later, Gavin. Yeah, he wore the head and used the pelt as clothes, hence the first fursuiter. I see. I don't think I like that we are calling Heracles wearing the body of the Nemean lion. I don't like that we're calling that fursuiting. But you're not entirely wrong. Like, it is literally a fursuit. Don't like it. I don't like that you're not wrong. I don't like that you're not wrong. Man, I swear that I used to struggle so much more with getting a smooth coat with Corax White. It's actually not that bad anymore. Maybe I've just gotten better at painting. Awesome. That's fun. They changed the formula, did they? I'd believe it. This goes on so well. But hang on, no. This is my original pot of Corax White. It doesn't... I think this is my original Corax White, so that wouldn't matter. Basically, I did the best to copy Pro Acryl. I'm pretty sure this is my original Corax White, though. Maybe I got a new one? I think you said, I'm not sure which is more disappointing, that you're grown fucking adults and are doing this shit in a public bathroom, or that you're so fucking degenerate that you would put an Amish boy... hang on, I want to see where this goes. Finding internet porn for the first time to shame. But okay, which is it? There are fucking children at this con. Get your ass out of here and go to your rooms. If I find out you do this again, the cops will be called and you'll be banned from this con. I see. Awesome. That is a commanding presence. I would never be able to, like, spit out such a long and, like, well-flowing series of insults, like, in the moment. But yeah, okay, on another note, yeah, I think I have gone from a veteran Korax White hater to a Korax White enjoyer now. It's so nice. Maybe this is a new formula. Yeah, I might have gotten a new one. You've had years of practice at it. Your friends and you are always insulting each other with better stuff, right? Normally your planners get really gay and make them uncomfortable. That would work. That wouldn't work. That yeah, that would just make them more into it. They would start pulling your clothes off if you did that in there. You would just become a target. Threat really only worked because the cops were already outside just due to the sheer amount of people at the con. Right, yeah. As they probably saw the cops on the way in. Everyone knows they're there. The con has thousands at it, so that's hundreds of cars that have sadly been broken into before. Right, yeah. Fuckers. There were 20,000 people there. It was a decent working experience, but you don't think you'd do it again? Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would ever voluntarily go and work at a convention. Just seems like a fucked up experience. There we are, that looks pretty good. Any other little points of light that we need to pick out? So the A-Wing's finally printing. Oh, okay, so you've been trying to get that one set up for a while, have you? Qualcomm was last week, you did not go? Right, yeah, I've never actually been to a convention outside, sorry, I've been to one convention in Japan. I went to Winter Comic-Con once, which was fucking wild. But yeah, I haven't been to any conventions otherwise. A hooga, a booga, a longa, a logo, mooga. Oh, hell. Lael, you friend two. Lael was not friend two. This is in reference to the Guardians of the Galaxy incident, Lael. Was he friend one? He was neither friend one nor friend two. What's that? Wait, were you there for the Guardians of the Galaxy thing? Guardians of the Galaxy 2? Was either of them Reese? No, unfortunately we lost Reese a long time ago. Reese is our long lost brother. You'd have to retell the tale. This was where we went to watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2 when it was in theater, and one member of the group, whomst we know. So first of all, we met up at Bakey's place, and a certain someone had obtained LSD and was keeping it cool in the fridge, and then offered it to the group before we went to Guardians. And then friend one, the individual who obtained the LSD, and friend two, one of the other boys who decided to partake, they partook in it, and then we went to watch Guardians of the Galaxy, and that was where Matty G was he drove most of us in, and then myself and one of the others, Aling Rat, we took the bus in, and then it was like going into the cinema. Friend one and friend two was this where his mum found? Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's the one. That is the night. Never heard a pleasant thing about Perth. I'm sure Perth is fine. It's just the single most isolated major city on the planet. I'm sure it's a fine city. I just don't think there's a lot there. And I think that everybody who lives there are probably reptiles made by the government. It's got nice beaches, apparently. Yeah, it is assuming it's real, of course. And messing around with AI song makers. Ollie, that is not the way. That is not the way of the future. Do not go down that path. This is not the evolutionary path you need to take. Okay. Children yearn for the AI-generated slop. It's so bad, though. It's so bad. There's an AI 3D model maker now. It's so bad. It's the death of all creativity. Okay, so I think now we if you get a video that has AI voiceover, you instantly stop watching. Yeah, it's an instant thumbs down for me, followed by a stop watching. Yeah, I think for now, hang on. I feel like this looks slightly different from the broadside that we made. One sec. I need to compare this to the broadside suit. There's something that I've done differently, but I don't know what it is. I found what I did differently. It's the eye color. Looks like I did the eye of the broadside in blue, not red. Yeah, looks like I did all of the lights in blue. Yeah, that looks a lot better if I do it in blue. Also, is that Ushabti bone or is that white with Agrax Earthshade on it? Red for more dangerous? Yeah, but it doesn't stand out that well. What do you think I used for the white on the broadside? Do you think that's Korax white with Agrax on it, or do you think that's Ushabti bone? If I get the Like, it might well be bone color. I'll try put a little bit of earth shade on it, see what it looks like. I have a feeling it was a Shabti bone on there. We'll just spread this as thin as possible. Null oil, Earthshade's a little dirty. Maybe, yeah. We'll see how it dries in any case. Well, actually, the color might be pretty similar. Honestly, it looks pretty good as it is. Yeah, I think it's not too far off. Yeah, I think that's actually what we did. And even if it isn't, it's close enough, I reckon. Yeah, I reckon it's close enough. I do think that maybe this was, what do you call it? Bloody... Ushabti bone with null oil over it. But yeah, I think this is fine. It's good enough. But I will change the eye colors to be blue. I don't know what blue I would have used for that. I'm trying to think about what blues I had at my disposal back when I was in Japan. It must have been Calidor Sky. Maybe Sotek Green. Oh, yeah, I think it's Sotek Green that I've got on there, actually. I'd hate your life and play Overwatch. My condolences. That game has not been good in years. Yeah, I think it was Sotek Green that we must have used. Just give it a little try on this this top bit first. But And yeah, I reckon that's what we had. Oh, hey, Jesus. Survived the rapture? What was the rapture that you survived? Posted a photo of the A-wing printing, and the left front half takes up the entire build plate. I see. It'll be a long road ahead of you. Yeah, this is definitely much more noticeable, because my issue with the red eyes was they just weren't very attention grabbing because the whole thing is red. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I accidentally missed the eye by a little bit there. I don't think it's too bad though. I think that's all of the little lights that we want on the torso. Just finished a Venerable Dreadnought and Ultramarine color scheme. Whitehead, non-oil. Had to shade it with Reese's lines. White, try to bring up. Not too bad. Yeah, I haven't done any Dreadnoughts yet. Maybe in the future I will get to the point of doing Dreadnoughts, but I in general in general I do really just like doing vehicles. They're so nice. That's why I'm a Knights guy and a Tau battlesuit guy. It's just panel lining is so good. It is my my homeland is the panel lining process. There's the king of vehicles known as Titans. I will not be doing a Titan for a very long time at least, sir. I've got a Knight Perithian. Which will be the closest thing that we will do to that for a while yet. But even that one we will not be doing yet. do on one day, mark my words. Maybe one day. But one day is not today. That is not this day. For on this day we paint the Tau. Okay. I'm thinking that this is probably a nice point to call it for the day, because I think that I've done all of the wonder if the Tau will ever get their own version of a Titan. I mean, they've got the Storm Surge, right? That's close enough. It's like the size of a Questoris or something. There we are. Yeah, I'm liking how this is coming along. So for the next time we work on this, it'll be like doing battle damage and then basing. But yeah, I think that's all of the little bits that I was planning on doing for it. It's like the bulk of the, like all of the actual coverage of the model is now done. Now it's just about making it look shit and then putting it on a base. Alright, yeah, I'm probably going to call it here for the day. Been going for just under 4 hours now. You hate bases? Mac bases are the best part. That's where you make it look like that's when you make it look awesome. But yeah, I'm going to call it for the day. It's been a while since we've streamed, but I think I should be able to stream again tomorrow as well. Hopefully we'll be able to get back into the swing of things now. But yeah, thanks for hopping by, guys, and sorry about the late start again today, and yeah, the long delays before all of our painting, but I'm gonna call it for the day in any case. Thanks for hopping by. Enjoy the rest of your night or day, whatever time it is. I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.